And these are simple tools and techniques that we're going to cover here in this program. Now, the first part of understanding this is you have to take 100% responsibility for your life. That means you have to take 100%, not 99, not 75. But if you take law of attraction seriously, you realize that everything in your life, you are creating it. You have created it. You can't hire other people to do your push-ups for you. Have you ever heard that phrase? You know, these are things that you have to learn to do for yourself. You have to take responsibility. You're the one that has to visualize. You're the one that has to forgive. You're the one that has to do affirmations. You're the one that has to be clear about what you want and focus on all of those things. Nobody else can do it for you. See, you have to give up all blaming. Don't we just love to blame the government for why our life doesn't work? Or blame the terrorists, or the Chinese, or the Indians, or the Saudis and the oil prices, or the oil companies. We always want to blame somebody else. And if you're taking 100% responsibility, you realize I'm participating in either creating that or allowing it to continue. You also have to give up all complaining. How many of you have ever complained in your life? Yeah, you know, and here's what I've learned about complaining. In order to complain, I have to have a reference point of something better that I want that I'm not willing to risk creating. Now let me explain that again. I have to have a reference point in my mind of something I want that's better than what I have that I'm not willing to risk creating, so what I do is complain about it instead. See, if I was complaining about my wife, it would mean that I would have to believe that somewhere out there in the world there's a better woman than my wife. See, if every woman on the planet died, except my wife, do you think I'd go to work the next day and complain about her? No, she's the only one. And I'd be going, hey, I got her. This is really cool, right? Do you ever hear anyone complain about gravity? Very rarely. You know, gravity makes us all bend over. Do you ever see an old person walking down the street going, gravity? They have a little walker. I hate gravity. If it weren't for gravity, I wouldn't be all bent over like this. Gravity sucks. Now, have you ever heard an older person doing it? No, the reason they don't complain about gravity is because there's no alternative to it. You know, gravity just is. So if someone's complaining about something, it means they know there's something they can do about it, because we don't complain about the things we can't change. So as soon as you hear yourself complaining, I want you to stop and say, okay, what would I rather have? Remember, law of attraction always says focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Because when you're talking about what you don't want, when you're complaining and blaming, you're focusing on that which you don't want, and you're accelerating its expression out into the universe with those negative feelings. And yet we'll spend a majority of our time complaining about so many things. And usually we complain about them to people who can't do anything